Salman Akbar.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम, मैं हूं सलमान अकबर। आप देख रहे हैं मेरा अपना यूट्यूब चैनल व्यू फ्रॉम द गोल पोस्ट। जैसा कि हम अपनी 10th एनिवर्सरी एशियन गेम्स 2010 गोल्ड मेडल की मना रहे हैं एंड आज था हमारा फाइनल जिस दिन हम गोल्ड मेडल जीते थे। और आज मैं बात करूंगा हमारे जो कोच थे, डच कोच मिशेल फैन डे हेवल, और वो आज मेरे साथ हैं और आए उनसे अब बात शुरू करते हैं। उनसे पूछते हैं कि हाउ इट वाज हिज जर्नी गोल्ड मेडल तक। Thank you very much, first of all, Michelle, for giving some time. I am a busy guy, and yeah, I will like to start because I was doing some. I already spoke with some players also, and we were celebrating our that 10th anniversary. And so I think you was one of the biggest influence in that gold medal. So it would be great to hear that because I would like to start from a little bit back when early in the year in 2010 we finished 12th in the World Cup, and then you came in, and I would like to know that what was that journey for yourself as a coach? Because of course we were morally down after 12th in the World Cup, first time in the history. When you came up, what you saw, how you took us till that gold medal?
Oh, that's a very complex question. What I found in the first camp in Karachi in July, I found a group of players who was extremely proud, extremely skillful, hurt. And they had a huge desire to show the world and to show Pakistan that we were able to do something good. And we only had 6 months to prepare the team for, I think even 5 months for the Asian Games. And myself as a coach was also, I've worked 2 years with the Dutch team, and after the World Cup I became third with Holland, and it wasn't good enough for Holland. So I was also really motivated to show something good as a coach as well. So we had two hurt, one program that was hurt and a coach that was hurt, and they found each other in a really good circumstances. And together with Asif Bajra, who was able to create us a very professional and good program for 5 months, we just worked our ass off and did everything to win that gold medal. And that was I think it was the best journey as a coach ever for me, especially for that time.
Yeah, that's great. And before that, we went for the Commonwealth Games also, and there, that was the thing I remember, that how you prepared us. You made us understand that okay, it can happen, but Asian Games are ahead, and there we're gonna perform. So how you kept all the team all together? Because I was there playing in Dutch league, and we all retired actually after the World Cup. How was that for you as a coach to bring us all back together and inject us in your plan?
Well, the positive part of the program was we started in the summer in July, so there were no leagues in Europe, and we were able to have a couple of camps together. And the positive part of a camp is that you're 24/7, you're together. So I remember in Karachi we did a triple training. I never did that before ever in the world, and we trained in the morning, in the evening, and in between we did skill in 40 degrees in Karachi. And that showed me that we had a lot of desire to become better. So it must be around 12 days we did 30 trainings or something, 60 hours. So you can have a huge impact in growing as a group. After that, we had a stage in Europe where we're going to play a couple of good countries like Spain and Holland and I'm not sure Belgium or Germany. So we had good games, and from the beginning, for me, it was absolutely clear it's impossible to have 2 peaks in 1 month. So the Commonwealth for Pakistan and for all the countries in the Commonwealth is really important. In world hockey, it's not so important at all. Because it's only about going to the Olympics and winning and qualify for London. That was the only aim for that month. So straight away with our preparation and our physical preparation, we were not top fit at the Commonwealth, because that's impossible. If you're there top fit, you will break down and you won't be good at the Asian Games. And if you remember, the match schedule we had at the Asian Games was the most heavy from all the teams who were participating. So, for instance, India had 2 more competition days. That means we had to play equal amount of games, but we had 2 days less rest. We played them also in circumstances where we were playing 3 and 4 or something, and they played 3 and 7 or 3 and 6. So it was really difficult. So my aim was then to have a high altitude training before the Commonwealth, or even after, I'm not sure. And we went to Abbottabad and did 2 weeks of really physical hard work just to prepare us for the phase after the Commonwealth, to go to the Asian Games. And we also had some good recovery strategies with bringing in some extra supplements, what's also not common in Pakistan before, I think. So we just did everything to be able to prepare as professional as possible, what is nowadays in modern hockey absolutely vital and critical to compete, and even to have a chance to compete and to win something. And in that stage, in 5 months, we had a really professional program just to be able to compete. And that was I think the biggest key to our success.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I especially remember that a very tough camp in Abbottabad we had.
Yeah,
and
legendary.
Yeah. So yeah, and then we had a camp of we started the camp of Asian Games.
Yeah.
When we started that, I remember it was not that hard camp as it was in Abbottabad. It was more very specific and to the point, because we knew where we're going now. And there, when you came in the camp, you saw something that you was like, okay, we are ready. When you realized that, oh, we are ready, was in the camp or when we were in the competition?
Now talking to you makes me realize how special it was, and I start remembering more and more from that period. Of course, it's logic if you work in modern physiologically about preparing to a tournament. There are certain hard blocks, and in the end phase is the tapering off period, where the load of work is spinning off to your body, and because you rest a lot and you do only sharp stuff, you start to feel the engine growing, and also the mental preparation, because before you're just fucked up by training hard and you sleep, you eat, and that's it. Yeah, fuck, why am I doing this? But in the taper off period, you start to realize, okay, but I feel a different person, a different athlete, and you feel then that also the players getting fresh, having more fun in the game. All the skills are working better, the corner is going to be sharper, and in that moment you create something magical with players and staff, that okay, now we're going to that special moment, and we go into the plane and we put on our suits, and we have the opening ceremony of that was also really special, where we walk in the beautiful suit for Pakistan, and we all had the fireworks in China, and then you really come in kind of a flow, like with the team, and you start, okay, now it's going on, and you feel better. And then the results came in the first couple of games, where I remember Japan, because there was a Dutch coach there, Siegfried Eichmann, and we won 9-0 from Japan, and they told me that's going to be a tough game for you.
Yeah, we won 8-2.
8-2?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
It was a lot.
yeah.
We played really well, and then we had, I think, this.
Then we had India.
Yeah, but in the whole preparation, I make the team realize that it's not about the game of India. It's about winning the final, and because you guys are so eager to win from India, but that was not critical in the tournament to win from India, because they had much more rest, so they were much better prepared. So we knew it's going to be tough, and it was a close game, 2-1.
3-2.
3-2. And then the most difficult part is to make the players realize, yeah, guys, it's not important to win from India. It's important to win the tournament.
That's not where I want to come. Sorry, I'm cutting you here. That I still remember. I always give example also that how you realized us, that you make us realize that how important it is the final instead of India. Why you did that? Why, and India Pakistan? It's always big,
Yeah.
and we all players, whenever we talk, that really, you really switched our mind there, and we really picked that thing. And of course we were not much happy about losing from India, but that your one sentence really helped us a lot and kept us on the track. Was it on purpose, or you knew that this will help, or it could have been bounce back also?
Yeah, well, you have to realize I was only working 5 months with the
Yeah.
culture.
Yeah.
And well, I know what's important in international hockey to succeed. So I know the way through the tournament and how we're going to succeed. And I know the proudness. And also when we played in the Commonwealth Games, we played India in that incredible stadium of 25,000 people
Medalist,
screaming
yeah.
at us like. And at that time, we were already as a team building, guys. It's only about one thing. It's about the Asian Games. Get your focus there, and it's winning of the final. And if you really build a team mentally in that period over and over, the team is becoming more stronger in the head. From what's the aim? Why we're here? And if you saw, our captain wasn't there at the Commonwealth, Zishan, because he had a hamstring injury in the camp in Holland. But we knew he was there as well, and was really vital for seniority in the team. And he was a great sweeper and leader of the pack. So that was also important. We had brought the guy in as well. And if you are in such a process together, in the end it's falling just together. And it's how it works, I don't know. But it works if you're really close. And we had a great understanding of young and old players in the team as well, because the old players brought a lot of there a lot of knowledge, and they had a lot about the game and experience. But the youngsters were of high quality. If you see the youngsters we had then with Rizwan and Rashid and Farid and Nassim, and it was really high quality. So the combination of the experience quality players with the youngsters, there was a new mix in the team that was also really successful to be able to compete. And then when we were able to win that crazy semi-final from Korea, where they make, I can't believe that it's no international hockey rules. It's possible with the stroke that you can do it again or something. And they had a great, you saved a couple, and we made the right ones. And then we were in the final. And then, we're never going to lose this one. Doesn't matter if it's India, if it's Malaysia, doesn't matter. But I also told the group, I remember, I said, guys, we lose from India, but you won't see them again in the tournament. Yeah, why? Yeah. They're not going to be in the final because they choke to play Malaysia because they're chokers. They can play good in India, but abroad they're not good. And then they lost the semi, and we won. And then, okay, coach, so now we're going to win or something. That was amazing. That was
amazing. Absolutely. And you spoke about youngsters, and which I really like, because I also believed in that the way youngsters perform there. I think they have a big influence in that gold medal. Of course, senior players were there, but the way youngsters did that, it was marvelous. It was amazing to see them. You choose one player who was not allowed to play the first two games. Why you choose him? We always make him jokes now. He is the only player. He didn't play whole Asian Games, but he got the gold medal.
Irfan.
Yeah. Why you picked him?
Irfan was one of the most amazing players I coached ever in my life. If you talk about players who have a big heart for their country, and he had a specific quality of suicide running. And then he was number one in that. And if you want to win big tournaments, you need a good goalie. You are the goalie. You need a good corner, and you need good corner defense. And he was really important in the corner defense because he run a tight line, and he was by far the best in doing it. And even when he was hit, he would come outside for 2 minutes, and he would go and run the same line again. And I have not seen that in the world ever again. So I knew he was really important for us because he's a great warrior. He's like, you need those type of players to win certain medals in the game, and that's why I was sure I want to have that kid in the team, because he's he was really special. And he's not the most skillful player, and he's probably not rated in Pakistan like you have Shakil Abbasi and all the skillful guys and Rizwan, and say, wow, that's fantastic. But those guys, you need to win tournaments. And he was outstanding. And he was, even I remember we had a system when you guys were back home training. We had a computer system with heart rate and stuff. And then I get the information in Holland and I watch what everybody was doing. And then I was with Irfan, and I had him on the phone and said, Irfan, sometimes you don't have to train that hard. And then because his sessions were always dark red, that means he's running 200, heart rate 200 all the time. And I said, yeah, but coach, I have to be fit. I want to do everything. So it's only one way, 1000%. And then that's the type of guys you want to have in your group.
That's amazing. But once again, in village, he broke one rule and you was very angry on him.
Yeah.
And
I had a couple of weeks ago, I had a dinner with Rizwan and Rashid.
Yeah, I remember they told me.
We were, they were talking about, I forgot some stuff, but in Barcelona, there were some guys in the camp, and it was my first camp. And I said, you have to obey the rules, because otherwise I cannot trust you. And then there were some guys, they didn't understand that they had to stay in the hotel 10 o'clock in the evening, and they just went to the other road, and I saw that. And I went home and said, okay, I stopped coaching. I'm not going to coach a team that's not I can trust and stuff. And then 3 days later in Holland, they came to the camp, and then we discussed it, and it was over. And so the trust was back. But on the other hand, it's not always bad if you don't go with all the rules. As long as you know when it's important, he will fight for you. So that's also a little bit Dutch, or it's not too bad.
Yeah. That's great. And then that you said already, crazy semi-final. And when I see the video back, you was just having a bottle of water in your hand, sitting on the chair. And what was going in your mind at that moment? Was you sure, or you was just waiting for the moment?
No. The thing is,
it was a drama. Eh?
It was a drama. I knew in front that Korea had a really bad track record in it's not shootouts, but it was in 70 meters. Softball, yeah. I knew that, and I had a great confidence in our flickers and also in you. But then they missed, and they had to go again, and that was not in the rules. And now I thought, okay, I'm in Asia. They make their own rules. I'm going to sit down and wait, and either I go home and forget about it, or we go to play the final. But that was one of the weirdest things of coaching in my life, because they make their own rules and were trying to help Korea win that game. And that was, to me as a sportsman, and really, for me, then I was lost. I said, I'm going to drink and wait, and because that's absolutely so unfair. And but in the end, we won. Inshallah.
In the end, we won. Yeah, inshallah. And then we come to the final day.
Something before that was for me one of the most touching moments in coaching history for myself, and it's already 30 years now. So that was the prayer we had before the final in the locker room, and I still get goosebumps from it, because Seshan was sitting there and everybody was as a unit so committed. I was so proud that we were able to respect the culture, respect the religion, and use it as a power for us to win that game. And when I saw that, then I had also tears in my eyes. Okay, we're never gonna lose this game. That was so amazing. I was so proud of the team that they did it, and you guys, like the seniors, you brought it in to make the juniors understand what it is to play for your countries, to play for your religion, and that was the best moment. Not the winning, that was for me not, but that moment made me realize we had a really special group of players and people, and that's even if you see the people around hockey now 10 years, and you see the guys from Pakistan, and they come and they hug you, and how are you, bye, and stuff, and it's
That's great. That's
It was a really special group. Yeah.
And you was the only one, you and that our physio, Jeroen.
Yeah.
You were the only one who had to left the ground straight after the final. So how was that flight back home? Not even being in the medal ceremony.
You guys had to go to Pakistan back, and I was really doubting to change my flights, but it was really difficult at that stage to fly to Pakistan and to celebrate. On the other hand, what you need to realize in those 5 months, I've been away, I think around 3 months with my family. So there are certain moments, but afterwards, I have to say, I regret not joining the team to Pakistan, because that must have been something amazing.
Sure.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah. Yes. That's great. That's great. So that was the journey of our Asian Games, and being living in Pakistan. Any funny thing you still remember? We remember that you used to drive the car, and many officials used to say, "Please, if police stops you, you should stop. Don't just." Any funny thing and any memorable thing about Pakistan, spending some time in Pakistan?
Well, there are so many, I have to say. One of the things was that I slept in a hotel. To be sure that I could sleep with air conditioning and prepare myself well, because in the heat I'm not so good as you guys. So the hotel was in 3-4 kilometers from the venue. And it was before the Parliament House and the minister, and nobody was allowed to drive there. I still remember. And I had the car from one of my fellow coaches, and I just went there. "Oh, sir, you're the hockey coach. You're allowed to go through." And I had to drive through a road of 5. Nobody was there. Only the hockey coach was allowed to go to the training of the national team, and that was so crazy. And the next day, even I came there, all the cars stopped. No.
Yeah.
You go. Yeah, that was fantastic. So, but I have so many stories of, and I have to tell you, I haven't been for a couple of years in Pakistan. It's a bit difficult now nowadays, but I miss it. I have to say, I was so happy to be there, and I enjoy the people, I enjoy the food, hospitality, and everybody at that stage was about fear, and I never felt myself dangerous in any situation. It was the people were so welcome, and I'm definitely have to go quickly back to see all my friends up there, because it's
you're all welcome. We all will be so happy to see you back in Pakistan. Do you miss Lodi, your friend?
Yeah, I saw them a couple of months ago, but they were in a tournament or something, and they're all just great guys. And what I also liked, in the beginning, they worked on a Pakistani way, and they were not used to work hard, or because it was never asked. But in the end, my whole team of coaches around me, who helped me with language and all type of problems, they start working also on a more professional way. Even our video man was preparing better videos, and also the way I wanted. And in the end, the players were grabbing computers and watching games and did preparation. You did the goalkeeper of the corner defense, and we worked on a really good level, really good international level together for a long period. And I would have loved to go with that team to London for the Olympics, and we had some issues in February or March, because I wasn't able to make my own selection at that stage. And for me as a coach, that's an absolutely I'm respecting systems, and I'm respecting people to discuss certain matters, but I have a strong vision of who I want in the team, and that was the reason I didn't come back anymore, because I'm not going with. You were not selected. I wasn't allowed to select you. I wasn't allowed to select Wasim, who is one of the greatest ever in Pakistani hockey. He was our mentor, and he was the captain on the field, not with the band, but in the language. He was my guy, helping with the language and did everything in Urdu. So that for me, that broke something, because I'm sure we were able to do to even medal in London. We had a team. If we did our preparation like we normally did, that had the opportunity to make the final four, and that was that would have been pretty unique. And afterwards, all the players I wasn't allowed to select. They came back and played the Olympics, but they did a preparation. They did a preparation.
I didn't.
No, but yeah, only you. But the others, Wasim was
They
back.
all, yes.
And they had a preparation of I close 6 weeks of a little bit, and normally we do half a year every day. So they didn't realize what it is to train on the highest level, and that was really a pity. Really a pity.
Yeah, of course, absolutely. And then we saw the result. We finished 8th, which was very disappointed. But yeah, still, we need to tell our beautiful memories of Asian Games, and that was the journey we had. Everyone listens, but he was our coach, and me personally, that I still remember that part of the year, how he prepared us, and the hard work we all put in all together. And we spoke about Lodi also, all the staff even. So you kept us all on one page, and the way you divided the duties of everyone, like that, our green diary, and with a beautiful picture on the cover. So those kind of things. It's great. So today we won it. One last thing, then we wrap up with this one. Anything you will like to say to the Pakistani players, or anything to Pakistan hockey?
Yeah, that's difficult, because let's say I'm really hoping that the green machine start flying again. That was our motto. I hope you remember. We had the pictures when the first thing I told the press, because I remember I was coaching Shabazz in the good days in Holland. He was the best player, or one of the best players I worked with, and he could fly. And I said, I want to see the Pakistani team fly again, and we did in the Asian Games. We really fly again, and I really hope with my heart that it will be possible that they will start competing on an international level. But I hope also that there are people in Pakistan who need to realize what is necessary to be able to compete. You see now, for instance, I'm working with the Belgium team, and there's #1 right now in the world. But if you see the amount of work they do and how professional they train every day, they have the right food, they have everything to be good, and they do that for 4 years. That's something you have to offer your players, and if the people on the board realize that's necessary and start building with the talent, because one thing I know for sure in Pakistan, you have a huge amount of talent physically and mentally. You are the biggest fighters in the world. That's why you always do good against India, and because you can fight on a really high level, but skill level is too low, programs are terrible, and a lot of political stuff, and it makes it really hard. And if you can fit those things together and give a program a longer period of time, you're able to compete. If you see now India, they do really well because they're building already for a longer period and they have budget and so on. But I still believe that the Pakistani players are better than the Indian players. I'm 100% sure, because mentally we're strong.
Compliment for the whole country. That's great. Thank you very much for that. And once again, thank you very much for your time, and happy 10th anniversary for the gold medal.
Okay. Thank you very much, and say hello to everybody.
I will, for sure. Thanks very much, Michelle. Take very good care of yourself, and a lot of success to you with the Belgian team in the future.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye.